We go.
Sweet, what's good, everyone? My name is Jojo.
Yeah, it's Isaac.
Yeah, and welcome back to another edition of Podcast And it's been a while since we've been here with you guys, and we apologize for that, but lots has happened since then. And we want to break down a little of what's going on in the football world, all the hottest transfers, the Premier League, everything you want to know about football, we want to talk about. So I think it only makes sense, Isaac, that we start from the most recent. Premier League
hmm
kicked off last week. How'd you feel about it, man? What were your reactions to that game week one?
Game week one was expected. I mean, not many surprises. I guess you could say like the Tottenham game was a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, Tottenham is supposed to be one of the big six, seven, whatever. So, and
Yes,
all
yeah.
the big six, seven kind of won their games. City won.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Liverpool won, United won, all those guys won. So I guess that was the only kind of like surprise. But then again, it's Leicester City with Jamie Vardy too. So yeah, that's like my overall general take.
I feel that. I don't think there were that many surprises, admittedly. Even outside the big six, I guess you have like the biggest win of the game, which was Brighton's completely thrashing Everton.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. I don't think we can say Brighton is back, but our boy Mitoma is back on the score sheet. And
Yay.
it's looking good for that team.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the team we support, though, United. How do you feel about that game? And how do you feel about these new signings that came in? How do you feel about
Yeah.
that?
Um. Well, the game itself, we won, which
Mhm.
was, it was scary at times. Though I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching
It
that
was,
game.
yeah.
I mean, I would say that compared to last season, our first game, like we were not as open.
Hmm.
Like it seems Ten Hag has kind of like got us like playing a little bit high up the pitch. I mean, you could
Yeah.
see like having Martinez in the team is like so
Hmm.
important because that automatically affects the way we even play. We were
Hmm.
narrower, so like the pitch was a little bit smaller, and you could
Yeah.
see that automatically made Casemiro look like the Casemiro we expect to be. So,
Hmm.
for most parts of the game, we were good. But also, we did concede some chances, some counter attack
Yeah.
chances, which
Hmm.
a lot of people are like kind of alarmed by it, but I'm also like, let's take our time. It's game week one. It's better than what
Yeah.
we did against Wolves, so it wasn't terrible, and it was just nice that one of our new signings,
Right.
Joshua,
Right.
just came on and like it
Hmm.
was a clean finish. I mean, whether he meant
Yeah.
it, he did not mean it. It was still a finish. We'll take it.
A finish is
Um,
a finish. 3 points are 3 points.
exactly. So for me,
Hmm.
it's like it's a win, clean sheet
Hmm.
as well.
Hmm.
New guy scored. That's good for his confidence. What a debut from Mazrari, and apparently he's not even like 100% fit. So
Hmm.
it was nice to see. Maguire put in a performance, and that
Hmm.
made me feel like, wow, we actually have defensive depth. People are actually arguing should Maguire or like Delete start the
Right.
next game. I'm like,
Right.
these are
Right.
not conversations we're used to. So it
Oh
was
man.
nice. It was nice over the weekend, honestly. And so far so good. Our signings have been smart as well. They haven't been
Mhm.
typical Manchester United. Yeah, that's what I think. Um, what did you think?
Dude, good question. I feel like by talking about this game, I'm almost tempted to talk about our signings in general because I feel like they really made this game for us. And there's a completely different sect for that, so you guys should stay tuned for that. But let's focus on just the game. I think stats wise, we were really good. Just like the numbers at all, we had
Yeah.
more everything than Fulham, including offsides. I guess it's a good thing. This is a good thing. But we
Yeah.
had, you know what I'm saying, like demonstration of some effort. Possession wise, shots on goal,
Yeah.
everything, even fouls. So you can see that both on both ends of the pitch,
Hmm.
defensively and offensively, we were there and we outplayed Fulham. Now, admittedly, in any day and any age, but this is supposed to be a guaranteed game for United,
Yep.
whatsoever. I guess, we have to take into account that we haven't been doing our best. And you put it correctly, man. We haven't really been doing the best in the market. And I guess right now we've taken our transfer strategy differently. So that should reflect in the pitch. Also, administratively, we've done things differently as well. So I just hope that the signings, once they fit, I just hope that even the players who are supposed to support these signings, like the role players, right, also stay fit. Ahmad and them, who really
Yeah.
showing really nicely through preseason. And I just think this game was good. It was good. Late winner, scary, but hey, that's that's very typical at
Yeah.
United. So
Yeah.
very typical.
You mentioned Ahmad and like,
Hmm.
it got me thinking. I wanted to know what you think. Like, I might have started now. Like, so where does that leave Ganacho, right? And also, like, Rashford didn't. I mean, not like he had a terrible game, but
Yeah,
Community Shield, he didn't finish some chances. This game too, there was one chance where he kind of like he squared it off to Ganacho. I get that, but like the Rashford we know should be like burying that,
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
confidence
yeah.
Rashford. So I'm wondering like, do we want to like maybe Rashford on the bench for Ganacho, or like keep doing what we're doing now? Let Ahmad play, let Ganacho be like coming off the bench because like these are two games. Community Shield he came
Mhm.
off the bench, impact. This game too,
Yeah,
he made the assist for Joshua
mhm.
Zesky, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
there's an
Im-
argument there. So
I mean, I don't know. I feel like if it was any other player who wasn't Rashford,
yeah,
this would be a good conversation to have. So,
hmm hmm
are we just trusting Rashford because of we know what he can and has done before, and not necessarily with what he is doing right now? Is that why
yeah,
we're actually having this conversation? Because in truth, Rashford, he should be coming off the bench low key. You feel me? Like there's players who have been. I'm gonna be honest. There's
yeah,
players who have been, playing and doing really nicely, and it's like at this point, how do we then account for that fact and also for the fact that Rashford is one of our top players, top earners?
yeah,
He has that potential to be the best of the best. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's a good question. I feel like the way Ferguson would have led with it is if you're performing, you play, right?
True,
That's
true,
where it is. So I think Ten Hag should also do the same. If you're performing, you play. That's why Kobe Minu is in the starting lineup, no questions
true,
asked.
true.
And that's why I think Ahmad should and Garnacho should now make their way into the starting lineup more frequently. And I wouldn't be mad at that, even though
hmm
what I really want to see is Rashford have this redemption arc. And,
Me too.
sadly, yeah, I want to see him do that, bro. Like that 30-goal season, I need that
Yo,
again. I need that again. And that doesn't happen if you don't start games consistently. So I'm kind of in a rut. If I was Ten Hag, again, you perform, you play, bro. So
yeah,
he has to perform. And this
good.
is good.
Yeah, good
I
problem to have.
it's a good problem to have, and I really hope we keep maintaining this. So
Mm,
I'm just looking at the lineup right now, actually, as you were speaking. And yeah, no, truth be told, it's looking decent. Like there's proper depth in the squad, and
yeah.
Anthony is becoming less and less of a household name. Shout out to my boy Anthony.
No, but just think about it though.
Yeah.
Anthony is on the bench, Sancho is on the bench, Ganacho is not starting. I mean,
hmm
Hoyland is injured. Luke Shaw is yet to come back. Malaysia is yet to come back.
hmm
The late didn't start. He was on the bench. Lenny Yoro is
Right.
injured.
hmm
Like that's a strong bench to have. Like we actually
Right.
have depth. So, if Ten Hag gets it right, this might be his season. I'm not saying we win the league,
Mhm.
but like we should do well. Another
We
trophy for sure, 100%.
Oh,
Um,
110%. I think there has to be something there. I
sure.
think our squad is improving. Definitely. If last season was a base, we could only go higher this season, bro. You feel me? Like
Yep.
we should only go higher this season. Now,
Yep.
sometimes FOMO doesn't work like that, but if we put the right pieces together, man, I don't see why it shouldn't happen.
But now we will
So
cook.
I think we will.
Yeah.
And just kind of bouncing off of the other like big teams who had great games as well. I guess
Yeah.
City and Liverpool both won their games. That was kind of a guarantee. But I want to talk about City and Chelsea specifically, and just like how City are doing and how you see them performing going further. Just like anything you want to say about that.
Yeah. City is scary, man. Now I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
lie. I watched that game actually, like the full game, and like
Yeah.
this, it wasn't the strongest City I've seen. I mean, I think Pep is still trying to figure out, a couple of things with the team.
Mm-hmm.
KDB is a little bit older, Bernardo Silva is a little bit older,
Yeah.
Kyle Walker is a little bit older, Ruben Diaz a little
Mm-hmm.
bit older. So, you know, the legs are a little bit like kind of slowing down. I'm not saying like they're a little bit kind of slowing down. And you could even see in the community show, like they labored a little bit at times. Like at times we were in control of the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're hitting
Yeah.
them on the counter. And if you actually watch the game with Chelsea, if
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea had like a good enough striker, they could have scored one or two
Yeah.
goals because they actually
You
created chances, like City right now are conceding chances.
Mhm.
So they might not have like like a strong powerful season because I just feel like some changes need to go through the squad. That being said, even at
Mhm.
that, and this is why I think they're scary, like even at that they were still able to, it felt like an easy game as if they knew they would win. Haaland just
Honestly,
popped up, like
Honestly.
Alan had like three touches the whole game or something like that. Still
Mhm.
scored a goal. Very simple,
That's what
nice
he
goal.
does.
You
That's
know,
what he does.
like,
Mm-hmm.
and Foden was on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Kawaka was on the bench. John Stones is not in the team. Rodri is out of the team, and they still won.
Grealish on the bench, Nunez on the
Bro,
bench.
it's
So like
scary. I
bench.
mean,
So
the team is
like
scary
it is. So can an argument be made that this wasn't City's best
at
11
all.
at
At
all?
all.
As such, though, like question marks have to be raised maybe about the Chelsea team,
Yep.
but even more so just about the rest of the Premier League because City, like I think City are trying to warm up their role players such that when they need to
Yeah.
be role players during the season, they come in, heavy hitting. More experienced players like Foden or Ake or even Walker who didn't even like get many minutes. Those players you bring them on, I don't think they don't
Yeah.
take that long to get into the groove of things. So that's why they're playing guys like who, Savinho,
I mean,
Rico
that's a
Lewis.
good signing, by the way. I gotta
It
say,
is,
the guy
yeah.
cooked. Hey,
I,
cook Kukuera, man. Cook, cook, Kukuera was cooked. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, 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 man. That cooked. Grealish just didn't even play, So like, nah, City is scary, bro.
exactly,
It's
boss.
scary, scary. So yeah,
I
for me,
think,
I think I actually even I mean, and we'll get into this more, but I think they'll still win the league,
yeah,
just
no,
because the
definitely,
depth, the depth they have is just
definitely.
crazy. I mean, Kovacic played
Mm-hmm.
as a DM,
Mm-hmm.
and my guy cooked Chelsea.
Come on, bro.
Over 200 million, pound whatever midfield, and he cooked them. Kovacic, bro.
Even his goal was great, bro. Like he was cutting through the defense, bro. Like with complete confidence, man. It's that type of mentality that just puts City far apart, bro. And then you
Yeah,
have
but
other teams
Chelsea,
like Chelsea,
yeah, but Chelsea,
with
man.
their 40 plus signings, man. Or dude. And again, that's something we'll try to get into when we talk about transfers. But
Yeah,
I think also administratively, that's not a good sign of what's happening on the pitch. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But hey, we'll talk about that in a different section. Then
yeah,
there's teams like Arsenal, that kind of did well as well. I think
yeah,
Arsenal was more like a silent burner this week. I didn't hear much chatter about it, but
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
kind of outplayed Wolves, right? Saka's goal was beautiful,
yeah.
so Arsenal is also up there. I mean, we talk about our league predictions, you know, there's arguments to be made for Man City, but I think there's very viable arguments to be made for Arsenal as well.
Yep,
And
yep,
we'll get into that for sure. We'll get into that for sure. But I think overall this game week one was a good start, man. It's
yeah,
entertaining, on one end, kind of bland on the other end, a good mix of everything you need in the PL. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Ipswich, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost to Liverpool, but if you saw the first half of that game, man, I was like,
They played ball.
they really, really
Yeah,
played well. I mean, like,
they played ball.
Anna Slot had to make a change at halftime. That tells you
Hmm.
something. Like,
Hmm.
Ipswich were really, really cooking that first half. And I mean, the second half, the goals were like, just the quality showing. It's not like, okay, Liverpool all of a sudden were like,
Hmm.
playing some, magical football. It was just, Trent threw ball to Salah, and then they just cooked, because of
They,
the quality they had. But like, shout
hmm.
out to Ipswich, shout out to Leicester City. Oh my god,
Hmm. Hmm.
if you watch
Hmm.
that game, you wouldn't believe how the game ended. Like the first half, Tottenham absolutely dominated the game start to finish, and you would
Yeah.
think with the new signing Dominic like Solanke,
Hmm.
they will finish the chances they created, but they couldn't finish it. They couldn't finish at all. And then Jamie Vardy, Red Bull halftime comes on. Hey, hey, hey.
Vardy is just
The guy
Vardy, bro. He just
and
got
then
that.
give them some shit housery as well. It's a
Exactly. Yeah. He said
1-0 for Tottenham. Oh,
Vardy. But sometimes
yo,
you need that level of shithousery, bro. Like that level of
bro.
cocky. And again, you do. Sometimes if you've won a prem before, you won a prem before, but that's just what it
Nah, it
is.
was nice. It was nice.
Especially if you were one of the focal points of that winning team. I don't know if now is a good time to get into like fantasy Premier League just for a little bit,
Mhm, mhm.
just bouncing off of that. How's it looking, bro? I know. So Isaac and I are in the same fantasy Premier League team, and I gotta say, I'm cooking. I gotta
JJ
say,
is
I'm
cooking.
I'm cooking. I'm popping up the fantasy right now to see what it's looking
Yeah,
like.
shout out to Steve though.
Shout out to Steve. Steve, if you're watching this, shout out to you. But we're gonna
Yeah.
cook you regardless. You know.
Steve is top of the league. He's like lonely at the top.
Shout out to Steve. We're gonna cook you regardless. I mean, hey, like everyone kind of cooked, man. You know what I'm saying? We have our boy Godwin. Shout out to Godwin. It may not be looking too good for him, but he'll cook during the league. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I don't think we'll talk about mine. I think we should move on, people.
yeah. Now shout out to Isaac too. Isaac kind of cooked. You feel me? I see Isaac here. Our
Uh,
league is really nice, bro. I think. Do you think we should leave? I think as we go on further, maybe we might want to think about hosting a separate league for anyone who like catches us on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? That's just
exactly.
another thought that popped into my head. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we have our own league, and we're cooking. We're cooking. We enjoy it just as much. And
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything you want to say about that. But hey, fantasy,
Yeah.
we
I
love it.
mean, I think for me, what I wanted to say was like,
Mhm.
when I picked my team,
Yeah.
and I picked the team off of like performances of last season, right? I focused on like, I picked the
Hmm.
front three, Isaac,
Of course.
Haaland, and Watkins. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, these were the top scorers last season, So for me, it was
Hmm.
like, yeah, those guys were gonna cook. Not picking Salah. I don't even know why. I just had a feeling about like the whole new coach. We haven't really
Hmm.
seen what he does, so I just thought he wouldn't
Hmm.
really perform. But
Yeah.
Salah proved you wrong again. So yeah. But the only thing is, I'm not making any changes for second game week.
Okay.
So I'll
Okay.
let the
All right.
players. I'll give them another
Mhm.
chance. Let them cook. Shout out to my boy Muhammad Kudus, the real star boy.
Real star boy.
Star boy.
Shout out to Kudus.
Exactly.
Oh, we love Kudus, man. He'll never be in my team until he cooks for it, but we love Kudus. We love we
Yeah,
love
yeah, yeah. So let's
Ardo,
see.
man.
Let's see how things go. But yeah, I think for
Oh,
me that's it. So yeah,
see how we
yeah,
cooks.
we
For me,
can
when I
go.
pick my team, uh one, I was having a huge debate in my head, bro. Hand is 15 mil. Bro, at what point do we just say, screw this man? I'll do without it. But then again, he punishes the doubters, bro, and he punishes people. You feel me? So
Yeah,
I just said, you know what? I'll start Haaland and Salah because Salah for the past 9 years, bro, has scored or assisted in an opening game. Like
I don't know
that's
why I doubted that.
different. Because I was like, you know what? Because of that, I'll pick Salah. And then I trusted in Kunku and Kunku let me down. And
Same,
Kunku,
same.
yeah, clearly Chelsea's a risky team to invest in as far as FPL is concerned. I tried to give
Fact.
them one chance, but if I make a change, it will be that. But we'll see.
True.
We'll see how it goes. And you can't go wrong with Newcastle boys. Shout out to my man Dan Burn. I'm saying, and Saliba and Trent. Oh my days! If
Yep, yep,
Trent almost had what, maybe double the points he got. It's like this guy's missed his chances, but Trent was cooking.
yep,
So yeah, FPL. If you guys want to talk about FPL, you can leave it down in the comments. We love to talk about
yep.
FPL all the time. But yeah, man, as far as like the first game week reaction goes, I think this is a good place to stop. And we'll do reactions every week, so you guys can expect more content like this.
Yeah. So engage. Let us know what you also thought about game week one, and if you want
Hmm.
to join our fantasy too, just hit us up. We might create a separate league,
For sure,
for you guys. So yeah,
for sure.
stay
Yeah,
tuned
leave
for the
any
next
thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys later, man. Peace.